Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Exploring Waterloo Region with Charlotte. Today we're doing something a little different. We're exploring a mystery location. At the end of this video, I will eventually walk out to where you might recognize the location and how to get here. But meanwhile, we're going to explore all around in this very relatively secret location that I didn't even know about until I lived here for, 18 years. So let's see what it has to offer. So I'm going to do a panorama. We're standing on the top of a hill and looking down at a valley. That's the valley. The path I'm on continues a little more into the woods here. Behind me is a field. And then this is the trail that I came in on. So a little clue, this is south. And this is west. Now let's go down the hill. This hill is so steep, I'm literally going down it on my butt, and I have a degree of anxiety as to how I'm going to get back up the hill after. I'll show you, it's very icy and very narrow. So we'll figure that out later. At the bottom of the hill is a spot that has very large concrete blocks. I know there must have been industry here at some point, and I'm going to look it up when I get home. In the summer, I often see campouts here. Not necessarily rough living tents, just campouts, so I think it's a potentially popular party spot. Looks like a few people have walked around, but mostly just rabbits. Did anybody notice this sign? I think that says park. Pretty sure that was stolen and moved from the front of the path to over here. Kind of cool looking right there. So a weird thing about this spot for me is that it always makes me think of a scene in The Lord of the Rings where the Fellowship is camped out in a little alcove in the woods. So for me, this is a very romantic spot. Let's carry on towards the river. It's not really a river, a stream. So this path goes pretty far. I won't tell you where it goes because that would give away the secret. But I will tell you it's next to a major park, and that this part of the park is not, as I understand it, maintained by the city. In the summer, there's a lot of giant hogweed here, so you really want to be careful. It really adds to the sense of mystery and danger. Well, maybe. And I also rarely go much further than this into this space by myself because I actually feel a little bit unsafe. I have seen other people here. There's probably a lot of dog walkers, and I become very conscious of my isolation, which is such a cool feeling, but also unsafe for me as a woman, which sucks. But it's good to come here with a friend, and then you don't feel that way. Here we're coming to a little bridge. If you were continuing to feel like Lord of the Rings role-playing, you could say this was over a mighty chasm. There's the river. I don't want to appear to be timid, but I'm not going to go over this bridge because I see lots of footprints on it. Well, I'm going to try it. It's like, honestly kind of scary. Oh, it's very stable. But you know what? I'm going to stay here because there's more of this park to show, and I'll let you be inspired to come and see where this trail leads. So now we're heading back again towards the hill. Beautiful shot of the river stream. Is this a river or a stream? It seems bigger than a stream and smaller than a river. I love when the water's so dark in the winter. Well, I now begin to contemplate my ascent, and I'll see if I can take you with me this time, but I might have to stop filming. So I think the best way is to avoid the trail and go up the side here. Oh God, oh God. No, it's good. This, whoa. And up here, a lot of animals in this spot. I can see lots of little footprints. And thank you, post. Much obliged. Up, and we're up. We're gonna head north on this little path. Really nice view of the valley below us. Stuck under this tree. We're coming into a beautiful copse of aspens, I think. I think these are aspens. Did you know that trees that grow like this are actually just one tree? They're multiple offshoots of the same root system. I just found that out this year. I'm going uphill. Oh, I heard a chickadee. There it is. There they are. Oh, that's not a chickadee. It's a woodpecker and a chickadee hanging out together. Have you ever noticed that in the winter, different birds hang out together in little gangs? I used to go in Waterloo Park and there was a gang of like 10 robins, 2 blue jays, 2 cardinals, and a bunch of sparrows. And like, you never see that in the summer. Just FYI, my butt's really wet from sliding down that hill. That was probably a regrettable decision, but luckily I did bring my snow pants, so if I get cold, I can just put them on. What a lovely group of coniferous trees. So this is the point in the trail where you have to think about whether you're trespassing or not, and I always forget. No, there's a house. Oh, I've never gone this way before. Let's walk up here. I feel like potentially I'm trespassing, but as you can see from the path, I think a lot of people do, so probably okay. Look at this vista. Oh. Okay, this is your first clue. Well, that is an eyrie made for an eagle. That could be generic, but next to it you'll see a guy and his dog behind a fence. So let that be a clue as to where we are. Which way should we go? Up the hill, I see nothing but blue. There's no indication of where that goes. And this way I see sort of a woodland path. Maybe if I go up the path then I can see both. This is a much gentler incline. Look at that. Eyrie. I feel like I'm in the country between farmers' fields, and I suppose that's what this place is, and it's never been developed. Okay, this is going to be our second clue. I'm coming up this hill. I see a soccer net. I see a school. Is that a clue? Back down the hill now. Won't go any further that way. I'll leave that to you to explore more if you'd like when you figure out where we are. I think I'll take the longer, less falling down sort of route. I do see some people. There's a kid and a mom and a dog. I hear a crow. I'm really trespassing now, but I don't want to go all the way back. So I'm gonna follow the trail. I feel anxious. The house is like right there. I'm sure these people are extremely used to this. Maybe they like it. Oh no, there's a person. Oh God. Okay. So the heavy part of the trail goes much closer to their house. But another part that I'm following gets away from it. I'm going to cut through this little copse. Across the meadow now. These trees are beautiful. So I'm looking right across the point at which I started. So I'm going to veer left to get back on the trail from where I came in. Here we are. Got to get over this big berm. Wow, this is a really populated animal trail. Look how thick it is. A lot of animals taking this road. And joining up with the human road. Here we go. So this is the way that I came in, and I'm going back out. Path bends around. It's quite high up above the river, which has, if you recall, when we saw it down below, it came way out in a curve and now returns. Path running alongside. Now and near the beginning of the trail, and also back near the houses, so I don't know if you can completely tell where I was. It was only just across the meadow there when I came out. Oh, I wish I could just keep walking and walking through this beautiful town. Don't know which one it is yet, right? I mean, maybe that I said town is a clue. But where we are is actually still in the town of Bridgeport, where we were last week, but on the other side. The name of this road immediately escapes me, but here's Woolwich Street. You're joining me today exploring the back corner of the northwest side of the town of Bridgeport. The park that we were touching on to was Bechtel, and what we were looking at also was the dog park, which some of you might be familiar with. If you want to come down and explore, the best way is to get on Bridge or Lancaster and turn onto Woolwich. And it's right near the back corner, as you saw. I hope you enjoyed your trip with me today and that you have a wonderful day. Happy adventuring. It's Shirk Place. Oh God, my butt is so wet.